It's showtime, Mr. Pearson. Hello, everybody, and welcome to DJS Golf Blog's Chatty Hour with the delightful, it's reversed, Mr. Pearson.
That was well practiced.
It's so confusing. It's always like my camera's mirrored, so I think you're there. Oh, you are there. But you're there. Yeah, confusing. Nice to have you on board, mate. How are you? You okay?
Thanks for having me. Yeah, no, not too bad at all. Surviving like everyone, I guess.
Yeah, quite right. Quite right. But the end is in sight now, isn't it?
Yeah.
The end is in sight and people will be able to play golf again. Is that what really matters in life? But
I think it's 9% of the population play golf, so yeah.
Totally. They do now, don't they? They do now. Here we go. Jeff Smith. Good evening, all. Good evening, Jeff.
Hello.
Do you remember Jeff? You played golf with him before?
Yeah, that was an epic battle.
That was a good battle. It was good for me and Jeff, that's for sure.
I think I saved my best drive for 18th after the match had finished.
Oh my God, that was a monster, wasn't it?
I know, I like that one.
Yeah. Harry Golfer. Evening all. Evening, Harry Golfer.
Evening.
First question's coming. Unfortunately, it's not for you, Mr. P. It's for me.
We can explain this. Before we were coming on, you had kind of curlers in, and you were getting it ready.
Planned it up, didn't I? Well, I can tell you, grass are 79, that Carly wanted to cut it. So I said, yeah, all right, cut it. So we got the clippers out, we shaved the sides, and she went, right, I'll cut the top. And I went, no, leave it. She's like, you joking? I was like, I think it's quite funny. So we left it and look at it. Do you think it's funny? I think it's quite funny.
It's glorious. It could be starting to become like Valderrama.
Yeah, I mean, it's not long and I can get it properly cut again, can't I? But look at that.
Why would you want to cut it?
No, it's quite like, you could almost do a bit Fresh Prince of Bel-Air with it, I think.
That's one thing, possibly. Right, I'm going to ask you a couple more questions.
Jump to stage.
What's your favorite YouTube channel?
It's coming. Harry Golfer, I thought my hair was bad. Well, I haven't seen your hair. My dog's whining. Please bear with me. Wait. And we can ask you this very first question, Mr. Pearson. What's the favourite course you have played, Stuart?
I wasn't prepared for this. It's quite difficult to pin one down, but if I had to say one, it'd probably be Royal Porthcawl. I managed to play that like a work golf week. We have to take us holiday, unfortunately, but yeah, that was unbelievable. I think they just played the Seniors Open there. Yeah. And Bernard Langer had driven 440 yards on 17th. I didn't really get near that, but it was, I think it was downwind for him, but yeah, I was trying to get near that, but that was incredible. You kind of play out along the coast and the winds can be kind of just battering you, so you're kind of playing it out to the sea, getting it back across. But yeah, some of those holes were just incredible. And the 18th as well, you've got out of bounds left, you've got not much room on the right, and then behind the green it's just the sea pretty much. So
do you think they'll let us come and play there and do a vlog there? Do you think that like early doors, do you think it'd be meant to that way?
It was quite posh.
Yeah, thought it might be.
I'm sure we could get on that. But yeah, I'd say that's probably up there. I mean, I've played Broadstone loads of times for like 10 years or so. That would be kind of top 5. It's a fantastic course. And then I was thinking probably like there's one in Yorkshire. I think it's Yorkshire. Ganton. I had one of the first Ryder Cups there, if I remember right. And that was just brutal because the work golf week kind of do effectively take over a couple of courses, and it's one unbelievable course and then one pretty decent as well. So we went to Ganton was another one, Southport and Ainsdale. That was like a course that if you normally hear on the TV how an amateur would do well to beat 100, and I think I got 99 that day because it was just unbelievable. I think you've got Birkdale a couple of courses down. You had the one last. They had a European Tour event in between, like next door. I forget the name now, but yeah, just like stunning courses. And you get to, I think it's 16, and there's a par 5 that you tee off, and then there's a double bunker that goes about 100 feet in the air, and you've got a blind shot over it. So yeah, that's up there. That was incredibly tough.
Wow.
Yeah, probably the Belfry. If I could, was the question top 5? I put 5 out there. I said the Belfry just for like just the history as well. Pretty cool. I think there was something. What was our away day? Do you remember? Was it a couple of years ago?
Yeah.
Hello, Willow.
Hello, Willow. Here she is.
We had that away day, didn't we? And my friends, we'd gone on a night out. My friends had locked me out of my flat, and they had the keys, and I couldn't ring the buzzer and get into my flat. And it was, I had the keys. What did I do? I think I had a car.
Didn't you give your keys to your mate?
Yeah, I gave them a set of house keys to let themselves in for pre-drinks, and then I lost them. I had the keys to my car, and I was going around like trying to find a charger at all the petrol stations, like 3, 4 in the morning. Finally got them awake at like 6 in the morning. I had half an hour sleep, and then drove over to Rob's for the drive up. The first away day was the Brabazon, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It wasn't great. I think not great preparation. I think I didn't do too bad. And there was
you were in the final group, weren't you, on the second day?
Yeah. That was awful, that one. But on the 18th, I sprayed it out miles right, and I think I was on 17, and then I hit a 3-wood in to like where Paul McGinley held his putt in the Ryder Cup in 2002, and I missed it, but I got a par. That was probably the highlight.
That's a hell of a hole. And that's the day you were more tired. The next day, when you were more fresh, should we say, that's when you had your howler in the bunker, wasn't it?
Well, we say bunker, but it was more like a beach. If there's a question on what's your highest ever score for a hole, that would register. The sound was ridiculous, and I got like wedged underneath, like it was like I was in a cave, just trying to like Happy Gilmore it out.
Oh mate, it was savage, wasn't it? Absolutely savage. Right, we got some comments coming in. I'm enjoying us chatting, but I should.
Really? How do you see
we've got. I'm putting them up for you. So more or less, I don't know if you remember him. You used to see
which one was? Ollie.
Wow, look who it is.
Mr. Ollie.
Girls are 79 commenting on my hair. I can't laugh. I used to do mine. I forgot to put the guard on the clippers. My head is now cold. Savage. Junkless Dave looks like a high top haircut from the 90s. That's exactly what I was going for, Junkless. Like Fresh Prince, isn't it? That's what I was thinking. I'm just going to grow it straight up. Ben James has said, evening chaps, hopes all is well. More or less golf coming with a question. Stu, who is your favourite playing partner?
This is a really tough call. Playing as a 4-ball or playing?
No, just who is your favourite playing partner? He's asked. So you can play with anybody. Who would you play with? People you play with, I suppose.
Naturally, Ollie. I've actually got the questions up on my phone, and it actually adds another viewer onto the chat, so that's pretty
cool. Well done. Yeah, you can see more questions than I can see then. You don't have to say Ollie. I think he's a pretty bad partner. I've played with him once before. I didn't enjoy it.
I think if everyone's on form, it's
He gets a lot of shots, doesn't he?
yeah. Obviously, have fun playing with Wayne and Rob. I know I'm dancing around the question. Simon, Ash, Liam's a pretty good laugh.
Yeah, Liam's fun to play with.
Oh, there's too many. Jason Keats.
Oh.
Most guys on the DGS are pretty cool, aren't they? So
Everyone sounds
normally if you get like a draw and you're with anyone, guys are pretty sound, aren't they? So which is always right. So have I danced around that question?
You have done sufficiently enough. Like talking to Boris Johnson. Jeff Smith, what's your handicap index? Do you remember? New handicap.
Yeah. Some reason they put it as 3.3.
Yeah.
I've no idea how they got it, but I'll take that definitely. When I heard that, I drove up to the Belfry to try and do the kind of become a professional test.
Yeah, you're playing around.
I was a 5 before that, so I guess 3.3 is. Try. I've only swung a golf club in my flat and I hit the ceiling, which isn't a bad thing.
Do you think you could beat Ollie Moore left-handed in match play?
Who said that?
Ohio Golf Club.
Does he seem to be left-handed? It's funny because I can turn the club round and hit it. Sometimes get 150 with a 7-iron. I think it would be
upside down golf club.
I don't think that would. It could be a good laugh if we do a 4-ball. I wouldn't be Ollie. Ollie would. I'd probably be like a 36 off with a left hand.
Still pretty good.
Well, no, probably 54. We'll go 54.
I think you'd be surprised. It'd be the putting would be weird, wouldn't it?
Well, you could do left-handed swings and then right-handed putting. That's allowed, isn't it?
Yeah, all right. Yeah, it makes sense. You can do that. The Hairy Golfers asked, what do you think the best part of your game is?
Ooh, good question, Hairy Golfer. I like. Yeah, it's weird. I think if I'm in like a Texas scramble, probably driving is okay, but sometimes it's a bit wayward, and then you put yourself in those positions to recover. So probably maybe like recovery is probably up there.
There's been times where we've made our 4-ball vlogs, and it's sort of like if Ollie's out of the hole, we're thinking, right, okay, we're just worried about you, and then we think, oh, he's missed the green, like happy days. We might be on the green already, thinking 2-putt, we're making par, and you're off the green. Like Camberley Heath springs to mind on 17. Ollie was out of it. I think Rob was in pole position, and I was in a strong position as well. I think you were left of the green in 2 shots, and you got up and down from a ridiculous position. We're just like fiddlesticks. Yeah, like it was absolutely ludicrous. Like, oh man, it was.
I'd say. Yeah, maybe recovery, because I normally, if I was, like I say, if I was in the Texas Scramble, you'd be like, relying on me, and I'd be like hitting it way right, but I know that I can maybe find my way back in the hole.
Yeah, you'd get a good shot out of there.
Yeah.
Lee Popham, evening Wayne and Stu.
Evening Lee.
You talk to him most days, don't you?
I do see. Yeah, probably a couple of times a week.
Yeah.
Good little chat. Debate when golf will be back is normally the current convo, but
don't have to debate it anymore. You know.
Just over a month, aren't we?
Yeah. Robin Hayes said, this is obviously when we were talking about the Belfry, that bunker, one of the funniest things I've seen.
How do you delete comments in this? Can we skip that one?
They said Wayne looks like he's been living in a cave. Pretty much how. John Stacey, oh Jesus, I've just joined. Get the missus to cut your hair, Wayne. Well, John Stacey, you were here at the beginning. She did cut my hair. That's cut, and I left the top because I thought it'd be funny. Going for the 90s fade, as Junkless Dave says. Question for you though, Ben James. Stu, what's your favourite recommended golfing accessory?
Probably hair gel. Golfing accessory, is that like a...
I'm assuming that would be like a rangefinder or a Garmin, like a sat nav or whatever, really. Anything that you use that isn't golf clubs, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess the rangefinder's good, apart from when we paid at where's the last one we did? Old Thorns. And sometimes you get it to the tree and then you have to get up and down. But I say, yeah, that was a good
straight down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say that was an investment, but I won a competition for a Callaway bag, like a tour bag, and then I traded it in for the rangefinder. And probably for like 15 years, I never really had a rangefinder. So that was probably a much needed investment.
Yeah. Do you think that's taking your game to the next level? Learning yardages properly and doing that?
Yeah, I still could probably do like finding them out. I normally just think 7 irons 150 and either side of that.
You really? Have you not done your yardages before?
Well, I know roughly, not like a thing at your friends at the where do we go?
Golf Catcher Academy.
That's all. Follow below.
Yeah. Well, this is a good question. Might take you a while to answer. Ready? Why is the first question on this not? Stu, why are you so good at golf? How did you get that good? And how can I get that good?
Too kind, Kenny. Yeah, where do you start with that?
Oh dear.
Yeah, I guess I think when did I start? Maybe like 11, just with like a 6 iron down the local club, and yeah, kind of just got into it with like Mike Dodd and Catholic kids at the time, and that was, I suppose, just going down once every Sunday and just like I remember hitting it like over 100 yards, and I was like, oh yeah, this is amazing. And then I guess just like practice. I've always done kind of hand-eye coordination sports like tennis, table tennis. I'm trying to think of other ones now. Or like football, it's not hand-eye coordination, but kind of cricket and stuff. So I guess I do like all those kind of sports. So maybe that had a little factor. And yeah, just kind of practice. Just, I guess I like to look at like different YouTube stuff as well, like all the kind of different tips and stuff, and always try and improve, even though yeah, like 3.3 is decent. Always try and like shave a shot off to see. Invariably I'll find like a different putting stance or position, or like chipping and stuff. Try and change.
Putting in the flat and things, aren't you? You're always doing bits and bobs at home. It's not like you just sit at home and do nothing. You are always, if I was to come around your hat, there'd be your hat, your flat, there'd be a putter and balls to cover it on the side, wouldn't there? You'd always doing something, like a new technique, or
just trying. There was something I did last year, Potter's putting. The guy was like, "Oh, send us in your," obviously you have to pay, unfortunately, but it was like, "Send us in a clip of your putting," and I thought, yeah, why not? Just see what you can do. And yeah, I came back with a few tips, but I think always get like a PGA Pro. I had maybe like four I'd say at different times, and they just put you on the right track, because yeah, I go to like some of the opens, and even like you've got McIlroy and DeChambeau have all got kind of not that I'm comparing them to myself, but look for the longest drive video. Even like the best have like a PGA guy that literally under their nose all the time. So even now, even if I was like off 36, I'd be thinking like, yeah, get onto like a pro to just see what I'm doing and try and change.
Definitely. The first thing to sort of learn when you go to a pro is like why you're doing the bad things, isn't it? And once you understand why and how you're doing the bad things, you can fix that and move on from that, can't you? Or even if in the round you still do that bad thing, you can then identify, oh, I know exactly why I've done that. It's because I finished with my hands low here, or whatever it might be. You know what you've done wrong, so you can then correct that movement forward.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Even like having, if you can, like once kind of see what you're doing and then go away and practice on it. It's still what I do now.
Definitely, yeah, definitely. Lee Popham said, "You're being very diplomatic about your favourite PBS playing partner." Yes, you are. You're a kind old soul.
You have to, otherwise, I might not get back in the floorball.
It's true. It's true. There's a lot of people tapping away to get in there. Hi, golf talk. Confidence you could beat Ollie Moore only using wedges and a putter. I reckon you beat me at using wedges and a putter.
Sometimes the driver is the one that gets you into trouble. So yeah,
that's right. You play the whole time, didn't you? Have you both ever tried left-handed putting, and if so, how did it go? I don't think I've properly tried it myself.
No, I don't. No, I wouldn't know how to hold the club.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
It would be tricky, yeah. I think
which hand goes where?
Yeah, because you try and keep your left hand. It could work because you keep your left hand the kind of the strongest, don't you? If you're right-handed putting.
Yeah.
So if you think your right hand's stronger on the other side, it might do, but it would just feel really weird.
It's that feel, isn't it? And distance.
Yeah.
Really weird. Really weird. Mr. BJH has asked, what's the best course you've played at? Obviously, you answered this earlier. You said Royal Porthcawl, probably up there. You've also played Ganton that you love, Belfry, and what was the other one? Ains?
Southbourne, Ainsdale.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's the first course you're going to want to play once out of lockdown, and which course would you like to prog at? We don't know. We are trying to organise around, but it's going to be all about who will let us play, because it's going to be members only at so many places. It's going to be who will have us. So all the top courses are probably out because they're all going to be members only. So we're just going to try and find somewhere to have us. If anyone's got any suggestions of where we could play when it opens, then comment below or at the side. Or the side. Probably there, side.
We're looking at Augusta, aren't we? Augusta was first choice.
Yeah, but they couldn't have us. They said no. It was a shame.
They've got comp one in April, haven't they?
Yeah, they got Stableford. What age did you start playing golf, Stu?
I did say 11 earlier, but I think it might have been 9.
Was it really?
Think about it. Might have been year 4. Yeah, maybe 9.
Blimey.
Misspent youth, or maybe it wasn't.
Not at all. Not at all, in my opinion, and probably everyone else's opinion. Wayne, any space on the DDS Tour year if it's happening? It is happening, but it's a very strict regime. I need to have played with you at least once and what's the word? Vet you? I need to vet you, because if you upset Stu, I'd be upset, and Stu gets upset very easily.
Sometimes just check out Ferndown vlog.
Do you think GDS devices / range finders have lowered your handicap? I believe they have with me.
Yeah, I think I went from 7 to 5 by using that, just to, because even when you're on a tee, you can kind of find the bunker, can't you? So you can see how far it is to that, and either try and lay up, or you can see like a tree on the left, and you think, oh, if I kind of try and avoid that, so it is really handy. I do like I think Ash had the one that has a slope, so I think you can you can't, or Rob might have as well, but you can check to see the difference in how much yards it adds on. That would probably be a good investment.
It's amazing for practice rounds, isn't it? If you were playing some big comps and you're playing somewhere over and over again, you could really practice and think, oh, this slope easily adds 10 yards or whatever. You can really dial in, can't you?
Yeah.
And I think for me, I got one of the earlier Garmin's, and I'm still got it now. It transformed my game. I think I was like off 18 or 19 when I first got it, but it really opened my eyes up. Like you say, like it's 200 yards to the ditch. I might as well lay up before that ditch rather than trying to carry it and taking it on, or there's a bunker up there. Well, I can easily carry that with my driver, so I'm going to go over it, or I'm not going to carry that. I'm going to take it out of play and definitely lay up short. And it really just teaches you course management, doesn't it? And it really changed my game, I think. I'm a big advocate for them. If you're watching Garmin, get her.
Then we have a watch. two watches, no, 4 watches. 20 watches.
I don't need one. What's the lowest gross score you have ever had, Mr. Pearson?
I was thinking of this the other day, or yesterday. I went around a course in Spain once, near Marbella. Lost. I got a picture of Sevi on the front with their scorecard. I can't remember the name, but I was 2 under around there, which I was pretty happy with.
That's amazing, isn't it? That
would be the best ever.
Was that par golf with a couple of birdies, or was it a bogey-free round, or did it have a couple of bogeys and a load of birdies, or was there an eagle in there or anything?
I think there was a few bogeys and then 4 or 5 birdies.
Wow, amazing.
But yeah, that was probably off the yellows. I think Broadstone have possibly been a couple over at Broadstone. That's
very good.
Maybe winter I might have gone 1 over. But I think, a couple over around there.
Every time I've played it, I think of it as being such a fantastic course, like you said earlier. But it is literally so hard. If you're not on your game, it beats you up. And you've got to be on your game for all 18 holes. It's not really an easy hole. You've got to be on it all the time. It's a tough track. To be scoring well around there is really good, which is why it's so impressive with Ash, isn't it? How he's playing at the moment around there is just. What
was he? Club champ? Was he 4 under first round?
I think it was 5 under on day 1.
It's
incredible. It's just outrageous, isn't it? Yeah, he held on to win club championship, which is just incredible.
What a lad.
Kenny's asked you, any contact from Sky? Your commentary is absolutely genius. Camera work can be hit and miss though.
No contact yet. I'm available. I could do cricket, football, golf. It's gonna be a job. It's fine.
You'll be fine.
The camera work is touch and goes. Sometimes Wayne tricks me and says the green is on, don't you? Green as goes.
The worst one was Camberley Heath on 18 again, wasn't it? We had this unbelievable epic match going all the way down the last, and we didn't even get the winning putt. Hilarious.
Yeah, White's still on that.
Yeah. Ben James, do you find playing with a higher handicapper hinders your game and playing with a lower handicapper really helps your game? It's a good question, man. There's a lot of people see this from, like I find in a mid-handicapper, if I was playing with like you, Ash and Side all the time, I would pick up tips and I would probably feel like I'd be playing better and better. And I'd enjoy my dates. I'm watching good golf around me. Whereas I think a lot of guys, if they end up playing with higher handicappers, they think, you sort of relax a little bit and think, you might, who are you talking to, Stu?
Just the missus.
Yeah, so it's interesting to get this from a lower handicapper's perspective, actually.
Oh, wait a minute, I've just been asked to leave. No.
No longer the missus.
Question-wise, yeah. No, because I like playing with most golfers. I think you can keep your game going regardless of who you're with. It's always cool to play with all sorts of people.
What I would say about you, and this would be a bit arse-licky probably, is that you're always a pleasure to play with, and you always encourage. So even if you're having not one of your best rounds, you always want people around you to play well and make birdies and score well. So that's like kudos to you, and you probably taught me that early on, and I'd like to think that I would now do the same. And that's probably down to playing with the likes of yourself and Rich, who always encourage, even though you might be having a bad day yourself, you never take people down around you. You will encourage and try and help the whole time, which is, amazing. So you should pat yourself on the back because you're a lovely boy.
Can we end on that? That sounds like a good place to end. Copy and paste that to the end.
Yeah, we'll repost that. Yeah, that'd be the highlight. Virginia Contrato, I'm going to say it like that. What is your favourite crazy golf course? That many?
That's an interesting one. Possibly. There's one in Bournemouth Gardens and the Sandbanks one.
What, are they the only two you've ever played, or are they your favourite ones?
I'm trying to think of another one. I think there's one in. Went to Magaluf and played one. It's quite fun. Possibly not the best I've played, but.
Dave Allen, evening, gents. Evening, Dave. It's funny when people join in half an hour in, isn't it? It's good though. I love it. I love it when anyone joins in. Welcome. Who do you think out of the DGS guys is the biggest bandit? That's a good one. I know who the biggest bandit is.
Everyone kind of has spells, don't they? During the years that we've had. I know Stuart Johnson was the first one, wasn't he? He came in and he just got like 45 points or something, and then
he created the Stuart Johnson rule. Yeah, that's right.
But I think Rob's got to be up there. Ollie should be up there. It's like bandit. I think once he's on it after his badminton kind of foray.
I think Ollie had this whopping round at Roughmore, didn't he, a couple of years ago, which got him cut massively. And since then, he sort of hasn't been able to play to that. But Rob, last year, just went up and up and up with his handicap. And his handicap is so high in the DGS Tour now compared to real life. He has got to be the biggest bandit. And if he doesn't compete this year, then he needs to be asking himself some serious questions.
Because Westy was last year and this year. Ryan Tripp as well. You always find though that you build yourself up to the day, don't you? And then sometimes you don't play as well as you want to.
Yeah, I mean you're up there as a bit of a bandit in the tour now as well, really. Yeah,
I'll sort myself out.
You're like off 7 on the tour, aren't you? And your handicap index is 3.3. That's a lot of shots. You should be shooting some 40-pointers this year.
It's the dream.
That's the dream. This is a funny question. If you had one skill from Wayne, what would it be?
I wish I could get my hair like that.
Yeah, I was going to say. Exactly what I was thinking. Haircuts. I think people do get perms, and that's what they do to get like this.
Yeah.
So you can do that. You can achieve it, Stu, I'm sure.
That's the one skill. No, a real one.
Oh, you want a real one? I've moved on it.
I suppose you kind of in a match play, you're just constantly there. That's quite a good skill because you're never that far out the hole. That's always impressive.
It's only if I've got 3 off the tee, I'm pretty much out of the hole. But other than that, I'm usually in them.
You don't get many 3 off the tees, though, do you?
No, maybe 3 rounds, perhaps.
There's that. What was that one at Old Thorns when you hit it about 10 yards?
There's a few bad ones that was course. Oh god, that was such a bad t-shirt when I was on like, is it 10 or 11? Yeah.
My camera that day zooming on the divot was pretty good.
Yeah, it was. Golf God asks, Stu, what is your dream 4-ball? I'm assuming that is anybody, anywhere.
Yeah, I was thinking this could be a question. I was thinking I would caddy, and then it would be Tiger, Jack Nicklaus, Arnold Palmer, and Ben Hogan, and I'll just be the caddy. I'll just like vlog it. I think vlogging it would be pretty fun, and then and then just like taking the flag out, obviously post COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a different twist on it. Pretty cool.
Yeah, very much so. Lee Popper, lights, camera, action with the clipboard, go, and then Wayne falls on a damn green. Vlogging is like, guys, yeah. That was that hurt. I gave you whiplash. Jeff Smith says, hello, Dave. So wherever you are, Dave, hello. Golf God, who is the best golfer out of you two? Oh, him. All day long.
Wait.
He's got 3. It's not even a competition.
Okay.
Not even a competition. Oh, this is an interesting one. Who do you fancy for the Masters? I have no idea. No idea.
I was going to say Tiger back to back, but obviously, hopefully, he's all good. But I would have liked to see him kind of contend.
It'd be nice to see him another day, wouldn't it? But
yeah,
it doesn't look great.
I was trying to like find a way to go last year. Take my dad over to the Masters. That would have been pretty epic just to see Tiger do that.
No,
but you go on. What's the website for the tickets? They're like $2.5 grand. What's that?
UK Golf Travel or those websites do it, don't they?
Oh yeah, there's like a quote for 12 grand. It's like, all right, 12 grand you get to see one day. But then the other site, like the dodgy ticket site, there's like $2.5 grand. You go through to the next screen and then they charge you tax on it, and you're like $4 grand a day. I just watch it on Sky. I haven't really answered that question, have I? Probably DJ's got to be up there, hasn't he? DeChambeau.
DeChambeau, do you think?
He just put too much pressure on himself. He should bomb it around there, shouldn't he?
It's mad that it's coming around so quick, being that it was like only a few months ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it is pretty cool. They should have it like twice a year, shouldn't they?
They should, yeah. It's weird. They should start the season out and finish the season.
I'd love McIlroy to get it and to complete the Grand Slam. But I was looking the other day, he's not won a major for 7 years.
Isn't he not?
That's nearly as long as me.
That's crazy. That is crazy, isn't it? I always think Jason Day plays quite well at Augusta.
Yeah.
Always thereabouts.
Justin Rose should. Now he's got like equipment.
Yeah.
Who's he gone with? Is he back to TaylorMade?
Has he gone back to the TaylorMade?
I'm not sure.
But
he was with Homer, wasn't he?
Yeah, that was
sure. I know anyone
with Royal, didn't he, for some reason? I mean, you sort of think there is a question coming up about that in a minute, but yeah, he did go off. Royal changing clubs, yeah. In fact, it's literally this question now. Stu, how often do you change your clubs? Do you think a bad workman always blames his tools, or a refresh every now and again is healthy?
If you're asking this question to Simon Hall, he loves to change his clubs.
Doesn't he just?
But I would say irons. I won in a competition like years ago. Had these like Mizunos. I bought a driver from Nevada Bob's and entered into a competition. They said, "Oh, you won a free set of Mizunos." I was like, "Oh, great!" So, so they custom fit them, so I didn't need to buy them. And then maybe like 3 years ago, I went to the place up near Basingstoke.
Yeah.
Was it Jason? I can't remember.
Yeah. By the way, I've heard that he's at Brockenhurst now.
Oh, is he?
I've heard that. Yeah, I don't know whether that's true, but yeah, I think he's at Robert.
That's a bit closer.
Yeah.
The Cyan Ash went there, didn't they? And after that, I got new shafts on my irons, so that probably helped my game massively. And then I went to him again, and I got wedges done. Went up to someone in Lutton Colney, where I think he was a pro there, and on directly into wind. I think this he was like just chucking like shafts and in these wedges, and from mine it just like bananaed in the winds, but then he chucked me one and it literally just cut through the winds. So yeah, that was probably the last change I did. And then before that I went from TaylorMade, is it M1? You get that M1, and then I got the Ping. Yeah, honestly, I've not looked at my golf clubs for so long. I'm trying to think what was it? I want to say G400.
Yeah, there was the brown.
Yeah, and then I had a Ping before the TaylorMade, and I always thought it comes off the club face really nice. And then I've just found this one, and then I got the shaft that I had in the M1 into this, kind of redone. So I'll probably do a change, but yeah, normally it's always the clubs. It's never the user.
Someone's just touching on Tiger. Shocking news about Tiger Woods. Really hope he plays the game again. Who's your favourite golfer, Stu?
Yeah, it would always be Tiger. I think first memory is like him playing at the Masters in '97.
Yeah,
show my age a bit, but
were you there? Was that in England?
No, that was Augusta. Watched on TV.
Right. Sorry, thought you meant the Ryder Cup. I had the Ryder Cup in my head.
I went. My dad won tickets to the Belfry Ryder Cup in 2002, and I managed to see him there. That was pretty cool. It was on the 10th hole, and there's Westwood Garcia, and they both went for the green, and then Tiger pulled out an iron to lay up, and everyone was like making like the chicken noise here, but like pulling out an iron instead of going for it. I don't think he liked that, but yeah, that was pretty cool to kind of go there and see him. And I think he's just been like the best golfer of our lifetime.
I was talking to Martin today about it actually, and how just with him in the game, there's like a resurgence of publicity around the game and everything, isn't there? And you can see it in the tournaments where people are just following him. I always remember that one was in like Boston, where he won his first tournament after being out for a long time. And the fairway behind him was flooded with people pouring down. You just think, you just don't see that when he's not there. You don't see people flocking around Rory or DJ like people Tiger. It's unbelievable for the game. It's so sad what's happened to him. Just if he does make it back to golf, it would be incredible. It would be incredible.
Yeah, especially with his back, and then sometimes my back's a bit iffy, but he's had like 4 operations, spinal fusion, and so obviously when the Masters is incredible, so he's going to have to do something similar to get back. But yeah, hopefully back soon, definitely.
Yeah. Lee's asked, is Wayne really as laid back when he hits a bad shot, as he's always appears really chilled and laughs it off?
No, he makes us stop recording so he can go and like throw clubs.
I'm very confused to just wait that 10 seconds and I like fucking cut the film.
Yeah, well, the thing you don't see on camera is Wayne normally says mulligan about 10 times around. We don't have to call for extra balls. Yeah, Wayne's pretty chilled, isn't he? Yeah.
From you, Stu, like I said earlier, you and Rich playing with you guys in my early years, being a member of a golf club. That was what I took from you guys, really.
I think yeah.
Who's your favourite European Tour player and PGA Tour player other than Tiger?
Good question.
Yeah, I wouldn't really know who's on each tour, to be honest.
Well, yeah, it's tricky, isn't it? Tyrrell Hatton, until he's kind of gone to the dark side. European Tour.
I'm a big fan of Paul Casey, actually. You know,
Yeah, Casey's a cool guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, think of PJ first. That's a good question. You should have asked me this when I saw you the other day, so I could prepare. There's quite a few because DJ's up there. Spieth was like, when he burst onto the scene, that he was just like incredible, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I went to Birkdale to watch him, and Justin Thomas was sitting next to him on one of the practice days, and for about 20 minutes, it felt like 20 minutes, Spieth didn't miss a putt, and he was holding these 10-footers on a slope, going all the way around in a circle, and his caddy was like putting balls down, and he was just, every putt was going in, and obviously he won that week.
Wow.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
That's when he was on fire, wasn't it? When he was in contention for the Masters and all that sort of stuff. He was just, for a couple of years, he was almost unbeatable, wasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, well, just thinking European Tour. Just saw European Tour. Westwood. I used to be in his fan club when I was like 12 or 13.
Yeah, nice. That's a nice touch.
And he's still going strong, isn't he?
He is.
Yeah.
You've probably already answered this question, Mr. Anderson. What clubs do you use?
They are Mizuno's. They're like an MP 54, I think.
Yeah.
I've got a, I'm trying to think. G400 in the driver. I've got a Callaway club. A mate let me use his once, and I flushed it. So I literally bought the Callaway kind of 3 words.
X-Box.
Yeah, X-Box. Yeah.
It's a ridiculous golf club, by the way, everybody watching.
Yeah, it probably goes as far as my driver sometimes.
It's absolutely ludicrous. You're like, oh, good drive. He's like, it's 3 words.
It's really illegal. that 2-iron was a good one. That was a TaylorMade 790. And then wedges of Vokeys. Putter is the Spider, kind of old version. The red, like a kind of ultra soft grip one, quite a thick grip.
The original one, that's the original Jason Day one.
Yeah.
Right, Kenny's asked another off topic, both. What's your favourite and least favourite pints? There you go.
Good question. We can have more off topic questions. Just
I agree.
you have to vet them before they come through.
Yeah, I can obviously put them up or not. I can ignore them if
Oh, you can. You've ignored about 20 so far.
Yeah, I would say one of my favourite pints at the moment is either, I quite like that Estrella pint.
I was going to say that. It's probably up there with mine.
Yeah. And what's the other one? Birra. I want to say there's one like called Birra Moroni or something, but it sounds too Peroni.
Peroni's always a winner. Worst pint, I think. Mate, we were at the top of the Berlin, one of the Berlin towers. I can't think of the name. I didn't have it, but it was one of the guy's faces drinking it was hilarious. Let me just check. There's a Schnoffer Hopper.
Are you literally Googling it as we speak?
Mate messaged me the other day
right.
about it, because it was his stag. That looks really, really thick. That was, I'd struggle to have that maybe.
Special brew. Not a fan of special brew for me, for my worst.
White Lightning's okay.
Yeah, that's all right. Jeff Smith, Jordan speech for the Masters. That's funny because we were talking about that when he's been up. Justin Rose has Mizuno irons.
Oh, that could help.
I'll point at you rather than.
Look, Koepka's another one that it'll be interesting to see how he plays, because he's one that doesn't really have a sponsor, doesn't he? And he just plays the clubs that he likes.
Yeah, which is cool.
A bit like us, really.
Oh, here you go. Grass 79 was just mentioned. Golf principals of both Basingstoke and Brockenhurst now. Okay.
That's the one. Yeah.
Junkless Dave said used to work for TaylorMade. I'm assuming that's talking about Justin Rose. Golf God has asked What was your original set of clubs?
Normally you'd start with ladies' clubs, wouldn't you? when you were that young, because obviously the junior clubs wasn't that great. I would have been 90, 98 or something. I think I had some like hippo. I remember like a hippo set, and I loved the putter. It was incredible. But I obviously grew out of it. Yeah, I remember a hippo set. I think that was the first one. But I used to have like an old 6-iron. That was probably Messina actually. What was yours, Wayne?
Mine were like, it was like a starter pack. Only started when I was got married to 25. And they were like Wilson CGIs or something. They were like yellow and black on the back. But it was literally like, it was like 150 quid. And that was driver, freewood, 4-iron to pitching wedge, sandwich, putter. So literally the whole set and a bag, like 150 quid. But they're actually still at my mum's house. I've still got them. One day.
You can't make it for that. What balls came with it? Did any balls come with it?
No balls came with it. They might have thrown in some teas.
Maybe some ultra DDHs or something. Top flight, they're always a winner.
The what?
Top flights are always a winner, aren't they?
Yeah, they were good back in the day, weren't they? They were good.
I'm not sure about yours, but
hair on point. I'm assuming he's talking to you because he's probably not talking to me.
I did do a 7-mile run earlier. I wasn't sure if I'd make it back.
Hardcore. You also asked, do you remember what you shot at the Southampton Municipal? I don't know if that's aimed at you or me, but if you've ever played it before, what did you shoot? Do you remember?
Probably about 10 over. Normally if I go, if it's a new course, it's probably just trying to find your way around, aren't you? Yeah. 10 over. Nice course though, good track there.
It is a good track. You get it on the right day when it's in good condition. It's a fantastic layout. I can't remember what I shot. Last time I played was on DGS Tour, and I can't remember what I shot. I think I was okay. Maybe like 34, 33 points, something around there. Lee has said, have you seen Spieth playing recently? Nearly won the last 4 tournaments, and his putting is getting almost back to how it was from when he was winning. I did hear that.
That's pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah. He's been a bit AWOL, hasn't he?
Yes. And Junkless Dave has corrected me in Ispira Moretti. Boom! Thank you.
That's the one.
That is. What footy teams do the DGS boys and girls support? Do you want to go with yours, Stu? You actually do support them too, don't you?
To Bournemouth, yeah. I've got a tattoo. No, I haven't.
Season ticket holder, aren't you?
Well, the guys I go with, there's a group that got tattoos on when we got promoted, and I just couldn't do it. But yeah, that's yeah. I was going to say last 5 years were quite decent, but now it's not that great kind of viewing.
Right off the boil, haven't they? Mine is probably Bournemouth as well, really, but I don't, because I played so much through my adult years, if you like, from sort of 18 to 30. I just felt like I shouldn't support anybody because I can't support them properly by going to games and supporting them. So I just didn't. But I've always taken an interest in Bournemouth. When I was 16, I used to get a lot of their games. So Bournemouth is for me, really.
You play FIFA, don't you? FIFA is Bournemouth.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, FIFA is Bournemouth, so that is probably.
There's quite a few. I was just trying to think. Stuart Johnson's a big Chelsea fan, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. John O's a Chelsea fan as well.
Yeah, Ashes Villa, Simon Everton.
Yeah.
Rich is Hull, isn't he?
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, he's kept that a secret. Marshy's United. Westie's Arsenal.
Arsenal, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah. Sam is Brentford.
Yeah, Rob's Southampton, isn't he?
Southampton, yeah. Ollie is Spurs. Yeah. There you go. That's answered a lot. I forgot about everybody else.
Diverse group.
Good man, yeah. Till or self-checkout, wants to know. What do you prefer?
Oh, that's tricky. I think self checkout.
See, I like a till. I hate, especially if I've got a lot of shopping and not self checkout.
Normally, I get like little bits. Like I just get the food for the night, so self checkout is a lot easier.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Ben, you looks like you drinks a Cabernet Sauvignon Blanc, or a gin with a load of fruit in it. I like a gin.
Is that from what you can see in the screen, or is that what you think I drink?
Yeah, I don't know actually. I can't.
There could be some down below.
Girls has put Cam Smith at 40-1 back in top 10. Not bad shout. I like to do a few like each ways on top 10 people.
Yeah. So you try to find a 100-1 shot, don't you? It doesn't always happen.
I like 100-1 shots to sneak into a top 10 somewhere. Kepke uses the Nike Vapor Pros class, apparently.
Yeah, he's due a major, isn't he?
He is. He certainly is. Lee, again, I had the Hippo Driver and Fairway Woods with the red Adilla shafts. Do you remember them? I do not. Do you?
Hippo Driver, yeah, that was a classic. But then they started getting, I think, the technology overtook the Hippo company, and they never really caught up.
Yeah,
which is ironic.
Jeff Smith, Stu and Wayne, favorite food. What's your favorite food?
I'd say Italian or Thai.
Yeah, I'm an Italian man. I probably would always get like a lasagna or a pizza or some sort of pastry bake. I do like Italian.
Yeah, well, normally whenever you can fit what I can fit in the microwave is pretty decent.
Where is the hardest hole you have played? Oh, yeah. Tough one, isn't it?
That's a good one.
I don't know where mine. What about that one in the Belfry?
Which one? The
one with the bunker.
Yeah, that currently is unfortunately the main one. I'd say the 7-foot Broadstone's pretty tough.
That's very tough.
That can be really weird. If you get your drive away, it's fine. If you get like on a little plateau, and then it's like an iron over, but yeah, that could be
immaculate drive. It's got to be an immaculate drive.
Yeah, there's that one that Southport rings that's 16th. Right. Yeah, and there's normally the island greens. They're always tough, aren't they? It's tough to kind of judge. If you haven't got a bail out, if you think there's water around that, because that new one at Boundary Lakes is quite a good finishing hole. I know there was only really a wedge, wasn't it? Yeah, it was quite new, but that should be pretty cool. But something like the 17th at Sawgrass would be. Imagine the balls you'd go through.
Yeah, it'd be ridiculous, wouldn't it? It'd be fun, mate. Golf call. What worst score in a round of golf? Bloody hell.
Oh, this is memories. I think it was 17 and.
Oh yeah,
17 on the 16th at the Belfry. I just got trapped in the bunker. I think I was in there. Might have been in there for two or three. And then I didn't have a bucket and spades, so just kept burying.
I think it was half day, wasn't it? And you were in there after 3 shots, greenside bunker, and just savage.
That was memories. Yeah. West Round's probably, I think when I was maybe like 16 or something, 15 as a kind of tubby little school kid. I think I was like 106. 106 rings. I was like, I don't want to do that again.
God, living the dream at 106. I'm sure I've had 120 plus rounds, 130s. Even pop up now and again. Even now, I'll shoot like 115. But what has happened? What has just happened there? This is a good question. If you could be sponsored by any golf brand, who would it be? Mine would probably be Titleist and then FootJoy for clothing. That's what I'd like. So Titleist or FootJoy, if you're watching, get in touch.
Yeah, I think shoes FootJoy.
Yeah.
Titleist Pro V ball. Mizuno clubs, I reckon. Scotty Cameron putter. Driver will be Ping. They're very much like my clubs now. Callaway 3 goods.
So your sponsorship is a multi. You're in the box capture camp of picking what you want.
Yeah, Capca.
Beach Racer's asking, why is it permitted to walk on the golf course with a friend but not play golf? $64,000 question. I could answer that.
I think it just adds to the excitement, doesn't it? Because the golfers get really angry, the walkers don't know what's going on, and then the dogs are like, can we just get off the golf course?
Literally living the dream, yeah. That's a good answer. Leave it at that. Best country to play golf in other than America? Do you know?
Scotland.
Oh, that's a good shout. Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, I was going to thinking Spain or Portugal, but yeah, you're right. The home of golf, Scotland. That would be, yeah, great shout. What is the furthest you've travelled for a round of golf? I'm assuming that's out and back in a day.
Out and back in the, yeah, I suppose I've been, Woodhall Spa was like 7 hours to get there. That's like top Lincolnshire. I've done over like 2 days. I've been to like Ganton for 2 days, Yorkshire. Mind you, yeah, probably Belfry kind of pushes it, doesn't it? 3 hours.
Yeah, 3 hours. In a day, out and back in a day, 3 hours is sort of. Like
for a football match, I've driven 10 hours to Carlisle to watch Bournemouth get relegated.
Wow. Wow, amazing. Have you ever had a hole in one?
Yes, once.
Oh, where?
Yeah, that was Fernand Forest, 134 yards, popped up and then span back in. So yeah, it was
well done. Well done. The fifth hole at Cathedral Course at Chichester is a monster and very, very hard. 608 yards. We're going to have to go and play Chichester at some point. Have you ever played there, Stu?
No. Sounds like it.
There's a couple of courses there, actually.
Is that a driver and a wedge?
Yeah, must be. For all maybe.
You thin both.
Yeah. What film have you seen over lockdown that made you laugh? Cool. Good question.
That's a tough one.
I tell you one film I did watch the other day, and that was Baby Driver, and I really enjoyed it. It was just turn your brain off, entertainment, car chases. And I thoroughly enjoyed that film. Not necessarily a funny film, but yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, there's not that many that make you laugh, is there? It's just a comedy, obviously.
Yeah.
I remember one thing that made me laugh was like a housemate was watching Bridgerton, and there was like this episode of them just getting down to it, and I was just like having my dinner, walked in, and that kind of made me laugh awkwardly. I've been watching Prison Break, that like season 4 or 5 of that, the last one.
Yeah.
That's probably what's kept me entertained as well.
Yeah, nice. You boys booking any tea times when we are allowed to get back out on the course? We are trying to. We've got a day in mind of when we could go and play, but it's trying to find a place that will let us play. a lot of places are going to be members only. We were looking at Sherborne, but they have literally got in touch with me this evening saying perhaps towards the end of spring we could do something, but it's going to be members only at first. So any suggestions of golf courses that would let us on, let us know. Mr. BJH, 3 clubs to take for a full round of golf, what would they be?
Does that include putter?
Let's say it doesn't include putter.
Okay.
The putter can be separate. Oh, do you want to see your mark?
I think driver, just because that's pretty fun to hit driver.
Yeah.
You'd probably want a 7-iron, and then probably a pitching wedge.
Yeah.
Standard.
Yeah, I would probably go 5-wood, 7-iron, and I'd probably go with gap wedge maybe.
No driver.
No, I'll probably hit my 5-wood further than my driver anyway.
There's a fun in that.
I know, stupid, isn't it? Is that someone else that has said this about Chichester Golf Course? The same guy. Hang on. Same guy. Ben mentioned about Chichester, that whole 608-yard par 5 got water either side. Makes it sound pretty hard. Have we seen the Ridiculous 6 on Netflix? I have not. Have you?
Oh yeah, is that the one? The guy that's just bought Wrexham.
Oh really?
Yeah, yeah. That was funny actually. Yeah, I watched that. That's the one that made me laugh. That answers the other question.
Yeah, that was a really stupid but funny film.
Yeah.
Luke Norton has also said Prison Breakers class.
Can't stop watching.
Jeff Smith says Behind Her Eyes is a great watch. And Lee again has said, did you ever do any of Wayne's chili challenges? I do believe you didn't. Oh, you haven't ever done them, but I've never asked you to either. So.
No, I can't handle the hoop.
No. Okay, so I can go back to my questions now because we've run out of other questions, but I'm sure some more will come in. What is your most, we've done over an hour already, what is your most memorable / favourite golf shot that you have played?
It would be, the hole-in-one would be. I remember one at Porthcawl as well that I think it was like the 14th, and I hit a 4-iron in, and it literally was all over the flag and was about a foot away. I thought it was nearly in. I always remember that one.
Yeah, nice.
And the third at Old Thorns, that drive. If I could do that every hole, I'd be quite happy.
Yeah, that's beautiful, isn't it? Straight down the bottom of the hill. That was a beauty. What is your greatest golfing achievement?
I've won a couple of club championships for us, and it's a cool.
No, that's an amazing
cool
achievement.
Of course, I'd say it's not like
anything.
Yeah,
it's not belittled because it's South Forest. You've still got to win it, and you're playing against the people that you're playing against. There's plenty of people playing in them.
Yeah.
I'd
say that would be
Cy have been playing?
What's that?
You've been playing against Cy Moore playing and Cy Hater and people like that, or
possibly Cy Hater. But yeah,
Andy Wright.
What's that?
Andy Wright playing as well, or there's still been some good players playing, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, it was a few years ago, but yeah, I'd say I know one of them. I used the first. Well, it was like a Titleist or something. I used it in the first round, and the second round didn't lose it at all. So that was I checked that in the trophy. So yeah, it's probably
nice.
One. And then
one of
them
was on the,
what's that?
Can you remember what number was on the ball?
I don't normally play with 3 because it's unlucky.
Oh, really?
I think it was like a 1 or something.
Nice.
Yeah, I think I had a snap hook. The par 5 18th snap hook one round the corner, I think that set up the win. So yeah, I was pretty happy with that.
Nice. Well done. What is your favourite YouTube channel? So it doesn't have to be golf, it could be anything. You can have a golf opinion.
I was going to say something funny like Paige Sporanic.
You're allowed to say that.
But a politically correct answer would be me and my golfers normally.
Do you watch it?
Yeah, little like tips and things.
Yeah.
There's a guy called Bootlegger as well. He's hilarious. He's like from Wrexham. if you want to laugh, it's good banter.
Bootlegger.
I feel like I haven't really got a top one. I've got like 5.
That's fine. That's fine.
Motivational Madness is always a good one. If you're like not feeling in the right kind of place, that gives you a good kick. And then David Goggins, the guy that went from like ridiculous weight to being like a Marine and just running like hundreds of, well, I don't know how many miles in a day, but yeah, just literally
nice.
A beast. But yeah, they're always good for like a bit of motivational talk.
Yeah, nice. And lastly, of my questions, what is your favourite DGS golf vlog?
Sorry, who? I do like the Pine Ridge one.
Oh, that's my favourite.
When you chipped in,
yeah,
just devastating. Zoomed in on the ball going in as well. That was good camera work of Sky watching.
That was good camera work. That was good camera work, for sure.
Yeah, I'd say that's up there.
Yeah, that was a good one. It was a nice sunny day, wasn't it? And
I'd go for that.
2 of us playing up there. That was nice. I enjoyed that a lot. Couple more comments then, and they are. Graza 79 has said, try Hobridge or Pine Ridge. Might be able to get on there. Yeah, Hobridge not bad. Oh, do you know where we might be able to play? Silvermere. Last time they didn't go members only. They just opened up to anybody. It was ridiculous, wasn't it?
It's grown in the last hour.
Does seem to. Here you go. Junkless Dave's asked, the first car you owned. Mine was a beige Peugeot 309. Beauty.
Mine? I crashed it. It was a Renault Clio's. I was coming up this hill. It was quite wet, and this driver had stopped for a pheasant in the middle of the road, and I just went in the back of her.
Did you write it off? Was it a write-off?
Yeah, everyone was like, "You okay?" I was like, "Yeah, fine," and they all just left. And then I tried to start the car, and it wouldn't start, so I had to push it to the side. So that was the first one, and then like what was the next one? Citroen Saxo did about 100,000 miles. So yeah, that was a reliable one. But yeah, the poor Clio.
That was good. How do you mark your golf ball?
Depends if I can normally find a pen, if I can. Just like a dot, black dot next to the right of the number. Yeah,
just above the number.
Tightest one with a dot next to it. Tightest to watch them.
Is it like a full stop? Like a little full stop?
Yeah, just fill up one of the little bowls. What's it called?
Yeah.
Dimples, that's it.
I was born to have tea times available. Well, I've already played there and loved there. I don't go there again, but if it's the only place that'll have us, then we could try and beat our score of +1.
Yeah.
Silvermere's golf shop is amazing, and I could walk around it for ages. I have heard it's very good, but it's probably going to be closed if we get to play it. Oh, I'm going to skip one. What was your dog's name? My dog's name is Willow. You have a funky spider as your profile picture, Big Sheeps. Oh, wait, look at this. Oh, wait. Oh, look who's tuned in. Get this out. Simon Wall. Does the missus play golf?
Oh, there he is. He's been thinking of a question for the last hour.
Yeah.
Not yet, no.
Not
Crazy
yet.
golf. No.
That's
Really get
exciting,
out.
isn't it?
Does Si Moore's missus play golf yet?
She rides horses. She doesn't play golf. Do you have a favourite ball to use? You sort of answered that earlier with tightness.
Yeah, would be the Pro V1. If they haven't got Pro V1s, the Pro V1 X.
Yeah. Lee Popham has invited us to come and play Knighton with him when they finally open up to guests. Thank you, Lee. We probably will take you up on that if we can't get on anyone else's for sure.
Yeah, of course, though.
It's good. No, I've already answered Simon. And Ben James has bootlegged his class.
Yeah.
He said it again. Bootlegged his class, funny, crazy, has his own ale.
Needs to get some of it.
Yeah.
Maybe we could invite people onto the channel to play golf. Obviously, that people like the bootlegger.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's true. I do often think if people want to invite me to come and play golf at their courses, or us to play golf at their courses, then feel free. And if we can sign it up, then that'd be great. Because I've enjoyed, it was fun playing with Jeff, wasn't it, this year?
Yeah.
And obviously I played with Lee a couple of times as well, Lee Irvine, which has been an absolute pleasure. So I've not actually met anyone bad from YouTube and the golf day. Unfortunately, you couldn't make the golf day, could you? But that was a really fun day as well. And everyone that I met that day was just so lovely and nice, and just thoroughly enjoyable meeting them all. So, if anyone wants to invite us to play golf, then please do.
Even like pro-ams and things, that would be cool to just get out and about.
Yeah, I'm going to try and do more, definitely. If you're keen, then we should do it together. Because you're like a pro anyway, so it's dreamboat having you in the team. Jeff Smith just said we could play Chilworth if we get stuck. Well, look at that, because I've heard Chilworth is actually quite good. It's not too far away. So potentially. Potential. Look at that. That is mental, isn't it?
Could get like the Bamiyang style kind of pump it up.
Right, on that note, I think we'll call it a day there. Thank you very much for coming online, mate. It's been a pleasure talking to you, and I think some nice questions in there, and I think you've done very well.
Thanks for having me. Yeah.
Considering how nervous you were.
Couldn't get off the toilet for an hour before. No, cut that bit off.
One last question coming. Do you have any other hobbies, Stu?
Yes. I just popped in one. So watching football, running.
Yeah.
Try and keep fit. Boxing as well. Did have a charity fight that is on YouTube somewhere in the depths.
YouTube. Yeah, you put it on my channel, didn't I? You did send it to me. I need to put it on my channel. I thought you'd do that.
You probably have one, couldn't that? But yeah, I managed to win. But yeah, good for fitness. To enjoy a bit of only pad work, nothing serious. I don't think I'll fight again. But yeah, most of.
I'm gonna put it on. If you can send me the link, I'll put it on my channel. Go on then. Am I able to do that? I'll try and do that because now everyone knows and loves you. It'll be all good. Right, thank you very much, mate. Much appreciated.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you for everybody who's watching, and much golf's coming. 29th of March, we can all go out and play golf again.
Mate. See you then.
Cheers,
See you later.